Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Les Brown's Motivational Monday Night Call, your place for motivation and inspiration by world-renowned speaker, author, coach, transformational expert, Mr. Les Brown. My name is Dr. Stacey N.C. Grant, and I have the privilege and the pleasure of being your host tonight as we do this work every single week along with Anita Hicks, whose voice you also hear. We're committed to helping Mr. Brown seek and find 100,000 voices of hope. So we are so appreciative of your time logging into this call, telling a friend, and to all of our new callers, we say welcome. It is the first day of June 2015. We are rolling into the last two quarters of the year. This is an exciting time. It's almost like another new year in 2015. So we're thrilled that you are here tonight. And as you know, Mr. Brown is traveling all over the world. I actually spoke to him earlier. He is in Australia. He'll be returning shortly. And he wanted you to know how much he appreciates your support on this call. Those of you that listen to him on YouTube, you follow him on Facebook, you're a part of the work that he has produced and the body of work that he has shared globally. Thank you. And he is looking forward to connecting with you when he is off of travel and being back and getting a full report of how you've enjoyed your time listening to the platinum speakers as we've stepped in and been a part of holding this space while he is out changing the world. So the last 2 weeks have been absolutely amazing for those of you who have been here. You've heard from this particular speaker, and he's rounding out tonight's message as a part of another incredible opportunity to inspire you to live your best life. We just had to get some more, and we just couldn't stop. If you didn't hear him the last 2 weeks, I'm going to tell you that he was born in Topeka, Kansas. He's known as the Vision Breakthrough Expert. He is the founder of the Success Immune System. That's a professional certified success coach that he is, and trainer and entrepreneur and published author and dynamic speaker. He teaches students and trains them all over the world to step into their vision and achieve their personal greatness. He's mastered the ability to help individuals see a larger vision of themselves, and he's developed a meaning and masterful system that allows them to increase productivity, improve relationships, and spend time doing the things that matter the most. He is a father. He is a dedicated husband. He is a decorated serviceman of our country. He is just one of the most committed people I know. He just really sits in that place of mastery. So what else could he do but go out and write a book, Destination Mastery? Because he practices what he preaches. He lives and breathes this work. He has created a following of those who work with him in his programs and his Black Belt speakers, and he is just doing an amazing job representing us as Platinum, working with Mr. Brown. And Mr. Brown said, you know what? I want Ruben to come back again and share some more, since the audience has loved what he's had to say. And I totally agree. I second, third, and fourth that emotion, and I get to bring him back again to you tonight, none other than my dear friend and platinum brother, Dr. Ruben West. Ruben, are you on the line?
I am on the line, Stacey. Is my headphones coming through okay?
You are coming through loud and clear, and I'm just so excited that you're here tonight. We have a lot of new callers that have just joined in and heard about this free platform that Mr. Brown has provided for years for people to plug in and get their refill for the week. So I hope that you've had an awesome beginning of June for the last, 12 hours?
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Well,
I have.
I'm going to turn it over to you, my brother. Take it away as I get out my pen and paper, because I know you're about to bring the fire.
Absolutely. Let me just start by saying welcome every single person that's on the call. I heard you as you were chiming in. I have talked to Les over the past couple of weeks. Let me let you know he is excited that you show up for this call. He is dedicated to making sure that you have some motivation every single week. And so if you get a chance to go to his Facebook page, brown.les, make sure you thank him for the work that he's doing all over the world and for making sure you have the opportunity to be on this call. Well, like she said, I'm rounding out week number 3. The first week when I spoke, I talked about who are you supposed to help? I said that everyone here has an assignment, and that assignment is really not for you, that it's to help someone else. I said that apple trees don't eat apples, that the fruit that it produces is for someone else, and it never gets more fruit until it releases the fruit that it already had. And so what I encourage the people to do is to say, wait a minute, I know I'm committed to helping somebody with this business I'm going to start. I know I'm committed to helping somebody with this book I'm going to write. I know I'm committed to helping someone with this program that I'm dedicated to, and so I have to put that in motion. Then the next week, it was Memorial Day. I asked the question. I said, you know, somebody's handing you the baton, and are you going to run? I said that there's so many people across this world who have sacrificed to make this world what it is. But on a personal note, each and every one of us has had someone who has sacrificed for us, a family member, a friend, a parent, a teacher, a colleague. We've had somebody that sacrificed for us so that we could have the opportunity to be, do, and have anything we want. And they've just handed us the baton. And now we have to run. So this third week, my third week, this message that I'm going to bring you to you tonight, this message is activate your vision. That's right. You have to activate your vision. Listen, I heard this quote. It said, the greatest tragedy in life was to run into the person that you were supposed to become. Listen to that. The greatest tragedy in life was to run into the person that you were supposed to become. And so let me tell you what I mean by that. I mean that all of us have had a vision of what it is that we were supposed to do, or what we were supposed to be, or what we were supposed to have. And the interesting thing is that vision was given to you. And if you don't do it, you're going to spend your time feeling like you're lacking. You're going to spend your days wondering, what if I would have tried it? You're going to spend the rest of your life knowing that there was something that you were supposed to do. And then one day, just maybe one day, you'll run into that person that actually did what you were supposed to do. And so today I'm going to tell you that you need to activate your vision. Now, I'm not telling you something that I think. I'm telling you something that I know. This was something that I literally had to do. And so tonight I want to share with you a little bit about me and my story. I was, like she said, from Topeka, Kansas, and I lived there when I got married. I met my wife in Las Vegas. She was from Indianapolis. And when we got married, we moved to Topeka, Kansas. Now, here's the funny thing. My wife was living in Atlanta. She had lived in Indianapolis, and I moved her to Topeka, Kansas. Now, if you don't know where Topeka, Kansas is or what it's like compared to Atlanta, it's like a small town. And one of the things my wife said to me was, babe, I love you. I'll go anywhere with you, but we need to go somewhere else. I can't stay here. And so that gave me the motivation to activate my vision. My vision was I wanted to go to Illinois and start this company. The first thing you're going to have to do if you're going to activate your vision is you have to determine the reason why it has to be activated. Who is it? Like I said in the first week, who is it that you are supposed to help? Why do you need to activate this vision? And if you don't, what are they going to be missing? So when my wife said, babe, we need to get out of here, I understood it. I said, I'm going to go to Bloomington, Illinois, and I'm going to start this company. Now, this was a stretch. See, it's a stretch. Whenever you're given a vision, it's going to be a stretch. And everybody's not going to see it. They said, Ruben, wait a minute, tell me what you're going to do. I'm going to go to Bloomington, Illinois as a surgical assistant. It's a new profession, and I'm going to find some doctors that I can go in and work with every day, and that's how I'm going to earn my living. And then I'm going to build this company based on that. And they said, well, do you know any doctors there now? Yes, I know one. And he said that he already has help, but what he will do is he'll sign my paperwork, which will allow me to go in and talk to other doctors. And so I committed to that process. I packed my things up there, and on January 3rd, 2008, I drove to Illinois. My wife was still in Kansas. And on the 5th, which was a Monday, I went into the hospital. I had my paperwork ready. And I walked into the doctor's lounge, and here's the thing. They were all talking. And I said, excuse me, I want your attention. And they looked at me like I was crazy. Like, who are you? The reason I'm telling you is because when you activate that vision, some people are going to look at you like you're crazy. How do I know? You can go back to the Bible when Noah said he was going to build an ark. They said, wait a minute, in the desert? You're going to build an ark. Why are you building this boat? Well, because it's going to rain for 40 days and 40 nights. People thought he was crazy. When I said that I was going to start this surgical assistant company, guess what? They thought I was crazy. And so when I said, I'm Ruben, I'm a surgical assistant, I'm here to help assist you in your surgeries. And they said, well, we've never met you before. I said, yeah, I'm here now. They said, well, we've never done this here before. I said, I know, I've never been here, but I'm here now. See, sometimes you have to announce that you're here now. That the fact that you open up your mouth and acknowledge the fact that you're here to do business, that you're here to do work, that you're here to take action, that you're here to activate your vision, that's going to get people's attention. And they said, yeah, but we don't do that here, and I don't know that we'll ever do it. See, when they told me that, I realized that it's not going to be easy for me. A lot of people, what stops them from activating their vision is because they thought it was going to be handed to them. Guess what? It's not that type of party. That whatever it is that you're going to do, it's going to take work. And so I called my wife and I said, babe, good news. She said, did you work? I said, no, I didn't work today. But you know what I did is I went in and I met some doctors. And I told them what I was here to do. I activated this vision. I told them I was here to work and that I was going to help them. She said, what did they say? I said, well, honestly, they said no, that they didn't do that here, that they probably wouldn't do it. She said, so what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to go back tomorrow. She said, oh. And that's exactly what I did. The next day, I went right back up there and I said, hey, I'm Ruben West. I'm here to help you on your cases. Now, let me tell you what I did. I had a stack of business cards and I would hand them to each one of the doctors. And, some of them would take them. Some of them didn't want them. They'd pull their hands back. And when they got up and walked out of the doctor's lounge, they'd be on the floor and on the chair and on the table. And it didn't really bother me. I didn't get discouraged. And that's important because when you go to activate your vision, you have to have what we call thick skin. Thick skin, because it's not going to be easy, and sometimes it's going to feel like you're going to be rejected. Now, it has to be that way, because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. That sometimes the universe is setting us apart. It's seeing how bad do we really want it. And there's something that you want right now. There's a vision that you have right now, and the universe is going to determine how bad do you really want it. Are you willing to go back again and again and again, regardless of what you've been told, regardless of what it looks like? I went back the next day, and I went back the next day. And I went back the next day, and I kept going back every single day. And every day I'd go home and talk to my wife. And she said, babe, did you work today? I said, not today, but I'll probably work tomorrow. Babe, did you work today? Not today, but I'll probably work tomorrow. And I'm going to be honest with you. Some of those days when I went home and I sat there, I was frustrated. I was disappointed because I said, I thought it would be easier than this. I thought by now I would already have a doctor to work with. I thought by now I would already be making some money. I thought by now that things would be looking different, but guess what? It wasn't. And so I had a decision to make. I could either go back to Kansas and say I gave up, or I could go back the next day. And so I don't know what day it was. It was probably the 15th or 20th day. I thought to myself, wait a minute. I'm just going to stay as long as it takes. See, if you're going to activate your vision, what you're going to have to do is get to the point where you say, whatever it takes, that I'm going to do it. Whatever it takes, I'm going to give it. Whatever it takes, I'm going to put in that kind of effort. I went back the next day again and again. On the weekend, I still kept going back. But here's what I did. Every time I talked to a wife, I made sure I had a positive sound in my voice. Even if before I got on the phone, I was frustrated and irritated, I made sure that when I got on the phone, babe, I didn't work today, but I met 2 new doctors. Because I could hear her starting to question, Ruben, do you think this is a good idea? Ruben, do you think this is smart? Do you think it's really going to work out? Here's what's going to happen when you go to activate your vision. People are going to question you. Even the people that you love and care about, the people that you thought were supposed to support you. And they're not doing it because they don't care. They're doing it because they don't want to see you get hurt. But here's what I discovered. That if you ever run into the person that you're supposed to become, that's really going to hurt. And while you're working to become that person, you're probably going to be hurt. And so what I decided that if it's going to hurt either way, if I'm going to have pain either way, if I'm going to have difficulty and irritation either way, guess what? I'm going to have it as I'm activating my vision. I kept going back again and again and again. And then what happened? On the 28th day, I was sitting in the doctor's lounge. I was on my phone. I just wanted to keep busy so I didn't seem like, a stalker. And one of the doctors walked in. His name was Dr. Truster. And he was on the phone. It was 7 o'clock in the morning. And he had a case. And his partner, who was supposed to help him on this case, was stuck in an emergency case at the other hospital. They say when you activate your dream, when you go after what you want, when you move, Providence moves too. And I heard the conversation. And his partner wasn't going to be able to make it. And he walks right by me into the locker room, and I heard him tell the guy in the locker room, he said, hey, I'm going to need somebody to help me. That my partner is stuck over at the other hospital. And he said, well, I don't know if we're going to have anybody for you. That we had 2 people call in today. They say coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous. He said, but ask that guy out there. See if he can help you. And he pushed the door open. And he said, what do you know about general surgery? And I said, everything, Doc. I know that we're doing a low anterior resection. I know that we're going to mobilize the colon. I'm going to go down. I'm going to use the EEA sizes. I know all that, but that's not what's important. Let me tell you about your case. I know that you like the long right angles. You like the long peons. You want the bow forward retractor on hold. The book Walter on the table. I know you want the cautery set on 45-45. You want the bumblebee stirrups. I told him every single thing about his case. Let me tell you how I did that. See, in surgery, the surgeries come up on case cards, and they have a pick sheet on the top, and it has all the surprise and all the doctor's preferences. And what I would do is every one of those days when I would go back after I didn't work, I would take 3 surgeries from different doctors, take them home, and memorize every single thing they wanted, believing that one day I would have the opportunity to go and assist one of these doctors. His surgery, I had memorized it the night before. So you got to make up in your mind, would you rather have an opportunity and not be prepared, or be prepared and not have an opportunity? For me, I was going to be prepared. The big breaks come when preparation and opportunity meet. That day, I was prepared. He gave me the opportunity. He said, wow, that's amazing. I can't believe you know all of this stuff. Come on back and help me. When we got back in the surgery, he loved it. He said, man, you're probably one of the best people I've seen do this. You know why? Because it's different when you put your life on the line. You know why? It's different when you're doing it because you know people are depending on you. You know why? It's different when you don't get a paycheck every 2 weeks and you're waiting to make sure that you're going to be excellent so that the first time they taste you, the first time they get a use of you, the first time they see you in action, they want you every single time. I don't work to make my presence known. I work to make my absence felt. And what I didn't want him to do was want to work again without me. And at the end of the case, he said, Ruben, you're amazing. He said, do you have any cards? I said, yes, sir. They're in the lounge, on the floor, in the chair, and all over the place, right? But you know what? From that day forward, he started spreading my name around. He started passing out those cards. He helped me build the business. Here's a takeaway for you. If you want to start a business, if you want to get your book out there, if you want to move to the next level, here's what you're going to do. You're going to talk to the many to find the few. And then the few you find will find the many. Listen to that again. Talk to the many to find the few, and the few you find will find the many. He spread my name everywhere, and now I have assistants in Champaign and the Quad Cities and Moline and Danville and Decatur and Peoria because I activated my vision. And you can do the exact same thing. Whatever your vision is, you can activate it. It doesn't matter how many people told you that it couldn't be done, that it wasn't possible. And so I'm going to tell you exactly how to do that. First thing you have to do is you have to accept that it's you. Get this. God sent you. No one else is coming. Right? You have to accept that it's you. I kept showing up each and every day. And what I came to realize is, first, the people told me I was crazy. When you show up for your dream, like Andy Enriquez says, when you show up for your life, people are going to tell you you're crazy. They're not going to see it. They're not supposed to see it. The vision was given to you. But after a while, they're going to change the way they see you. What I realized is they respect who they can't disrespect. When I showed up, I was always ready. When I showed up, I was always professional. When I showed up, I knew that I was there for a mission. And I believed that it was me. And so the first thing you have to do is you have to accept that it was you. This vision was given to you. For me, this was my vision. This vision was my inheritance. But here's the key. God blesses us in seeds, and we think in harvest. If I would have been given a big surgical assistant practice to take over, it probably would have failed. But because I had to build it from the ground up, to learn the intricacies, to have to go in and talk to the doctors, to make contracts with the hospitals, to make contracts with the doctor's offices, to have to go in and talk to the insurance companies, to be contracted providers, because I had to do every single step. When it blew up, I was ready for it because I had to grow it. The second thing is you have to believe that you will win. So you have to believe that you will win. It was interesting. I remember hearing a story about Michael Jordan when he was going to the slam dunk contest, and they caught him out in the parking lot, and they said, "Mike, what are you going to do in the slam dunk contest? You have some new stuff?" He said, "Yeah, I have a bunch of new things. I'm going to amaze you and surprise you." And they said, what does the slam dunk trophy look like?" And he said, "I don't know, but be out here at my car when it's over and I'll show you." Listen to that. He said, "I don't know, but be out here at my car when I'm done and I will show you." Guess what? He believed that he would win. When you go after what you want, you have to believe that you're going to win. I made up in my mind about the 15th or 20th day that no matter what, I was going to keep coming back. Why? Because I believed that sooner or later, I would win. You see, when a bird sits on a branch, his faith is not in the branch. He doesn't worry about the branch breaking because he knows that he has the wings to fly. So you have to know that this vision was given to you, and you wouldn't get the vision if you also didn't have the capacity to make it come true. That you have the wings to fly. And so after you believe that you'll win, the next thing you have to do is you have to refuse to quit. See, I kept showing up again and again and again because I refused to quit. I knew that I had somebody that I was accountable to. I knew that somebody was waiting on me. Somebody was counting on me. And guess what? Not just the people back home, my family, but now I employ all of these assistants. Now we treat all of these patients. Now we help all of these surgeons. But if I never did it, it would not exist. What your vision is, what your arc is, was given to you. And if you don't do it, it won't exist. See, I was just at a conference not too long ago, and I heard someone talk about the Lion King. It was interesting because they used it in a way I'd never heard it. And then I have a 3-year-old, so I started going back and watching the show again. My son, his name is Ruben, he's 3 years old. And when I watched the Lion King, I got a different interpretation than the other person that told me about it. But check this out. I just real quick want to give you my interpretation of this movie. If you've seen it, you know that Mufasa is the king of the pride. He's the king of Pride Rock, and Simba is his son, and Simba is supposed to take over Pride Rock. But then Scar was the uncle. Scar is the person in the family that told him, "No, you can't do it. No, you're not smart enough. No, you're not qualified." As a matter of fact, he set him up and had him believe that he killed his father. And see, that's not unusual because sometimes there are people in our family that just don't believe in us. They don't want us to succeed. For whatever reason, they're down on us. They criticize us. And what happened is Simba left Pride Rock. He had a song. His song was, "I Just Can't Wait to Be King." He thought he was going to be king. See, for me, I knew I was going to be a surgical assistant. For whatever you have to know that that's for you. But sometimes we get derailed. Sometimes we get sidetracked. Simba got sidetracked. And he left. He left Pride Rock. And then he started hanging out with two friends, a meerkat and a white warthog. And he changed the song from "I Just Can't Wait to Be King" to "Hakuna Matata," no worries. He said it was a problem-free philosophy. See, some of us have given up on our dream, and we now have a problem-free philosophy. We have no worries. But listen, you were called to do something, and you have to act now. You know why? Because potential has a shelf life. That's what Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said. He said potential has a shelf life, and the things that you can do right now, you won't always be able to do them. And so you have to take action. And so after days spent out in the jungle with his friends saying "Hakuna Matata," no worries, he finally got his coattail pulled. He got hit in the head by Rafiki, the wise baboon, and he said, "Wait a minute, your father is alive." And he showed him into the water. When he looked in the water, he saw a reflection of himself, but he also saw his father. And he realized that, wait a minute, I was supposed to be king, that I'm over here giving up on my assignment. And some of us have turned our back on our assignment. And all I'm trying to do tonight is to tell you that you have to activate the vision. The vision was given to you. Simba, he decided to go back to Pride Rock. And when he got back to Pride Rock, listen to this, when he left, it was rich, real, and refreshing. It was green. It was plush. It had an abundance. But now that Scar was in charge, it was desolate. It was dry. It was barren. And he realized that this is not what his father would have wanted. He realized that the pride was not thriving like it was under his father's rule. And he realized that his uncle, Scar, was in charge. No, I don't think you heard what I said. I said he realized that it wasn't thriving. He realized that it wasn't, rich, real, and refreshing like it was before. But the other thing he realized, that his uncle, Scar, was in charge. Do you get that? Let me give it to you. I'm going to give it to you like this. Remember what I told you, that the greatest tragedy in life was running into the person that you were supposed to become. When he went back, his uncle was in charge. He was supposed to be king. And so it was his responsibility to take his rightful place. Ladies and gentlemen, for you, whatever your vision is, you have to activate it. That you have to be in charge of it. That you're supposed to be king. You're the king of that vision. And it's up to you, regardless of the circumstances right now, regardless of why you haven't activated right now, regardless of what's going on right now, it's up to you to accept that it's you and to understand that no one else is coming. God sent you. It's up to you to believe that you will win. It's up to you to refuse to quit. It's up to you to become the person that you were supposed to become. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ruben West, reminding you to live your best life. And do it now. Why? Because you only get one. Make sure you activate your vision. Stacy?
Wow, wow, wow. Besides the fact that I'm back here dancing like Simba, I just can't wait to be king. Oh, my goodness, Ruben, what a message tonight. You continue to just raise the bar, inspire us to really live our best life. As you said, we only get one. And I tell you, there were so many things. My hand hurt as I was taking notes. And that's what I just love about you, that you exemplify what we do as a collective with the Les Brown Platinum Speakers, what Mr. Brown does every single day, inspiring lives and showing us what to do. This is absolutely incredible. One of the things that I love about what you said is, don't work to make my presence known, work to make my absence felt. I said, drop the mic, everybody. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. I love it. I love it. Activating your vision. I hope that everyone listening really took in the information, that they were somewhere where they could write down the notes, that they were really in a position of absorbing and not being distracted by anything else, but listening to those words so it can activate within them what they've been called to do. You clearly laid it out. You gave a roadmap, and you've inspired each and every person on this line to take the next step in living their best life. So how can they stay connected with you, Ruben, and find out more about the great things that you're doing?
Absolutely. So they certainly can reach me on my social media page. That's Ruben West at Facebook, RubenWest. I have a fan page, Ruben West Speaks. That's RubenWest Speaks. Then they can also reach me at my website. That is RubenWest360.com. That's RubenWest360.com. I would love to hear from you. If you want to leave me a message, you can certainly do it through the social media methods, or you can leave me a message at my website. But I'd love to hear from you. And if you like this message, go ahead and leave me a message on my page.
Awesome, Ruben. Awesome, awesome. And I know that you are in the middle of a commitment that you have to handle in a few minutes, but do you have a moment to just hear a word or two from particularly our new callers who just called in to Les Brown's Motivational Monday Night Call, so they can maybe share what they were able to take away from your message tonight.
I would love to.
Awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to stand by. At the end of the call, I will announce how you can connect with all of Les Brown's Platinum speakers, as well as with Mr. Brown on Facebook and social media, as well as his website. And then he has a live training that will be coming up in a few weeks. So we want to make sure you know about that if you want to see Mr. Brown live. So stand by after the few comments that I will give you those details. So the call is going in Q&A mode.
All callers are muted and may unmute themselves by pressing *6.
So you can press *6 to unmute your handset with your question and or comment for Dr. Ruben Wells.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you, Ruben.
Hello, Dr. Ruben. Hello.
Go right ahead.
Hello, Dr. Ruben. It's Ben from Israel.
Hey, how's it going, Ben?
It's great. I wanted to thank you a lot for your message, and I wanted to tell you how it connected and resonated with me when you talked about the way that when Simba got back to the mountain and saw Scar and basically ran into the person that he was supposed to be, it resonated with, I immediately figured out something, that at first Scar was trying to discourage Simba because he was intimidated by his potential. He saw the potential king inside of him, and that's why he tried to discourage him and discard his potential before it got to its fulfillment. And that's why sometimes people see you try to live your life big and to reach your greatest version of yourself and reach your potential, and they get intimidated by it because they, in their life, are living a small life, a small version of their life, and then they get intimidated and start to try to discourage you. And Winston Churchill once said that you will never get to your destination if you stop and throw stones at every dog that barks at the side of the road. And I wanted to thank you so much, because today I had a lot of people trying to discourage me from fighting to get to my health and from writing my book as if it's not possible. And hearing your words now, it just strengthened my decision to fight harder and to ignore everything that everyone says and just push towards my dream. And thank you so much once again for your words, your strengthening words.
Thank you so much. And I agree with you. I would love to read that book. Make sure you activate your vision. Thank you.
I will.
Thank you so much.
Hi, this is
Go right ahead.
Hi, this is Dashika, and I just wanted to say to Mr. Ruben West, thank you so much for your encouraging words, because when you said that your greatest tragedy in life is running into the person that you were supposed to become, I know at 28 that I don't want to run into that person. So I am working on becoming the person that I am destined to be for my future now. So hearing you say that, it really touched a different part of me, and I really appreciate that because it's going to stick with me for a while, and I'm going to spread that word to a lot of my friends. So I definitely appreciate being able to be on the call tonight and hear those words from you, Mr. West.
Absolutely,
Thank you.
Dashika.
Ruben West,
Yes, sir.
Hello?
I love you sharing with us. Potential has an expiration date. You can't play with time.
I love it. Yes, sir.
Thank you. This is Myron Pilgrim, and I thank you.
You're welcome, Myra.
Okay,
Hello?
I think I heard another caller. Two more callers.
Hello?
Go right ahead. The young lady, go right ahead.
Dr. West?
Yes.
Hello. My name is Lashankita, and I was on the call last week, and I messaged you this morning. I had no idea that I would be hearing your voice again today, and it's like I'm getting confirmation that I'm supposed to get the baton and activate my vision. Well, I told you about the tragic that happened to my mother, and yesterday was a year ago that I buried her, and just listening to you just gives me motivation to do the things that I told my mom that I wanted to do, but she always told me I got to get up, stop writing it down, stop talking about it,
and do it. You know, I have so many things in my journals, but I guess because of fear and just doubt of not producing, or other people, you know, saying, well, this not going to work, you know, people are not going to support you. But listening to you, and I listened to your speech that you gave to the students at Topeka, Kansas High School. I watched that this morning. You're just wonderful. You're great. You're giving me motivation to do what I'm supposed to do, because I'm a mother of 4 and I homeschool my children, and so you're such a motivation. And I hope you message me back so I can get the CD, Live Beyond Your Measure.
The moment.
The moment, yes, sir.
Yeah, and let me just let you know, I'm converting that into a digital download just for you. So I wanted you to have it, and so that way I can send it directly to you. And, you know, one thing I would suggest to you, especially through the Platinum Speaker Program, is there's a number of different success coaches on our team. I'm one, Dr. Stacy N.C. Grant. So what I would really encourage you to do is, if you're having trouble, just reach out to someone that can help you. Yeah, just get that help, because sometimes we need that extra help. Okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Ruben, this is Genzor. What I want to thank you for is that wonderful trilogy that you actually finished off, and I think this series really capped it off with some timeless quotes that resonated with myself, and I think many others. So I just encourage you to continue to do what God has given you to do and share with the people, and I just thank you for the encouraging words over the past 3 weeks. I know that you not only make Les proud, but everybody else on this call proud of what you're doing, so thank you very much for that.
Oh, thank you, sir. I appreciate your words. Thank you so much.
Awesome. So we'll take one more person, and then we have to close off the Q&A for now. So go right ahead with your question or comment for Dr. West. Hello?
Hi, it's Vicki Maricandi from Connecticut. Can you hear me?
Yes, go right ahead.
Okay, I did not catch the first two, but I tell you, this call tonight, I was eating dinner. It had me put my foot down. It was great. I thank you for everything that you said tonight. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All callers are muted.
Well, thank you, everyone, for your questions and your comments, and just confirming that Les Brown has created this awesome platform where you can tune in every single Monday night and hear from him directly and his platinum speakers. And we are just thrilled that you have taken time out to be here this Monday night. I do want to let you know that Mr. Brown will be doing one of the last live events of the year, September 18th and 19th in Orlando, Florida. It's the Les Brown I Have to Speak. And that I Have to Speak training is going to be an incredible training in Orlando. If you are interested in attending and meeting Mr. Brown live and some of us as platinum speakers, you can register at www.arisebyvnp.com. That's Arise, ARISE-BYVNP.com, or you can call 954-724-0900. That's 954-724-0900. Once again, that event will be happening September 18th and 19th of 2015 in Orlando, Florida. He is not doing a lot of live events in the United States for the rest of the year. This is probably the last one, so you want to catch it because he is traveling overseas extensively for the rest of 2015. And make sure that you reserve your spot for the I Have to Speak with Les Brown. The registration and all the information is on the website, arisebyvnp.com. If you want to connect with the rest of the Platinum family, you can go to www.lbpsn.com. That's lbpsn.com, which stands for Les Brown Platinum Speakers Network. You also can go on Facebook and connect with Mr. Brown at brown.les. That's brown.les. To get his inspirational messages. You can find him on YouTube. You can go to lesbrown.com, and all of the social media handles for the Platinum Speakers are also on the Les Brown Platinum Speakers Network website. Dr. Ruben West gave you his contact information, and I am the only Dr. Stacey N.C. Grant on the planet. Haven't found anybody else to challenge me yet, but it's STACIENCGRANT. You can find me on any platform as well as the website. So I look forward to hearing the new voices come back again. We appreciate that you've been here tonight, and bring a friend next time. And those of you who continue to support the work that Mr. Brown is doing, inspiring 100,000 voices of hope across this globe, we say thank you. And Ruben West put it best, we have to live our best life. We only have one. And Ruben, thank you again for your incredible and awesome message. And please go ahead and give any final comments before we close out tonight.
Well, I just got to comment on you, Stacey, because you're a wonderful host. You know, sometimes when you're introducing me, I want to hear what I have to say. So I appreciate you. You know, I appreciate you. And to everyone who showed up, especially the new callers, I understand that every week we're here. Every week, Dr. Stacey N.C. Grant or Anita Hicks will have somebody for you, and oftentimes it's Les Brown himself, the man himself, and you don't want to miss that. So thank you very much, and I appreciate you all listening.
Thank you again, Ruben, and thank you, everybody. Mr. Brown tells us all the time there's greatness inside of you. Ruben gave you a message tonight to activate that vision and those dreams, and make sure you stay committed, stay the course, because I sure don't want to meet up with the person that I was supposed to become. I want to live that life every day. So go on ahead and take that message and make it an awesome day, an incredible life, and see you again next week, Monday. Bye-bye, everyone.